7 for a first down. Natil will get more net to the 21-yard line.
Natil and Jackson, the two remaining amigos, getting their licks in today. As you look into the eyes of Elway, oh, that ball, you couldn't take it out there and hand it any better to Natil.
They spotted at the 20-yard line with 4 minutes and 12 seconds left. It's first down at the 20. Touchdown! The Duke has delivered, and it'll be Bernie Kosar with 4 minutes left to get his chance as Carlos attempts the extra point. Denver 38, Cleveland 31.
Just a little screen for Sammy Winder. You let the defensive lineman go through. Winder hides momentarily, and now Winder does his thing. Good running, a missed tackle there, a second missed tackle. Minifield, the second man to miss him. This Cleveland defense has been hurt badly by missed tackle. There's a little mud walk right there. Elway saying, we have the confidence to bring it down the field. Boy, they've proven it. Now Kosar gathering with his troops on the sideline with their opportunity to bring it up the field.
McNeil to the 25. Well, when you're a kid and you grow up some 70 miles from Cleveland as a Browns fan, you dream about certain opportunities. We all did it in our youth, put ourselves in the position of our heroes. Bernie Kosar grew up a Cleveland Brown fan. He said early, only 1 year old when Frank Ryan was the quarterback. And the Browns won the National Football League title, beating the Colts 27-0. Now it's his turn to rally Cleveland. Up the middle, Biner. And he has 20 to make that 16 yards on a blast that opened quickly.
Cleveland continues to mix their plays well, in particular here in the second half. And we talked about rhythm. We talked about getting things hammering. They still want to play that physical game. Biner, a physical money player. They took advantage of him there and got it outside of their own 40 and moving in.
Again to Biner. Freddie Gilbert, number 90. He too was injured during the course of the season, only to come back. Michael Brooks, a rookie from LSU, in on the tackle. At the 3-minute mark.
Too many men on the field, and they're sending Mack off. They had 12 men.
30-second clock at 4. Kosar underneath to Brennan. Bucks in with a first down at the 44 of Denver. 14 yards on the play.
What an alert play by Marty Schottenheimer. You saw him. He counted the number of players out there, waved off Evan Mack. Brennan doing a good job working there on Dennis Smith. The same matchup that scored their touchdown to tie that game last year.
2 minutes and 10 seconds. Kozar to Brennan again. To the 24-yard line at the 2-minute timeout. The Cleveland Browns are 24 yards away from tying it again in Denver. The Super Bowl is next for the winner and the Washington Redskins in San Diego. John Elway took his team downfield in just a little over a minute to regain the lead at 38-31, and now Bernie Kosar, trying to answer, has taken the Browns to the Denver 24 with a first down and 2 minutes left. You know, Merlin, Sam Weiss, the coach of the Cincinnati Bengals, who had to face Kosar twice this year, said he's like a tennis player that always gets the ball back. No matter what you do, he just knocks it back on your side of the net, and that's just how Kosar has played the Bronco defense today.
Those statistics will give you a feeling for what these two great quarterbacks have done today. We started talking about the contrasts and the similarities, but the one thing that jumps at you, results. These two guys are great winners. What a pair to draw to.
Before the snap, the charge by Andre Townsend. He was called earlier.
Encroachment, defense,
and
number
gets his
61,
second
5 yards.
5-yard penalty to the 19. The pressures of the entire year resting in the final 2 minutes of a game, or maybe overtime. Merlin Olsen, can you possibly share with us what's going on down there? You were there.
I got to tell you, the one thing that keeps you calm is a leader like a Kosar and Elway, and their confidence in that huddle. It's apparent that they just take charge out there.
Appears to have a first down or close to, as Dennison and Smith make the tackle.
Cleveland is not a trapping team, but that was a trap in behind Dan Fike, 6'7", 280-pound guard. The adjustment by the money man, Biner, who just took it outside and picked up that first down.
At the 13-yard line. 38-31 Denver. To Biner. Oh, he was lucky he didn't collide with that upright of the goalpost.
Again, a very accurate pass, and we mentioned Biner's abilities as both catcher and blocker and runner. You've seen that today. Look how well thrown this pass is. Well, he would have been out. He would have been out of that end zone, but with those with three defenders right on top of him, that's the only place that pass had a chance of being completed.
2nd and 10. Denver. Incomplete, intended for Langhorne. In essence, a free down for Kosar.
On the right side, it appeared either Mecklenburg or Jones, eager to get across, stepped across the line.
That'll bring up 2nd and 5 with a penalty and 1 minute 12 seconds left.
Just a word about this Denver defense. The pressure tremendous on them right at this moment, trying to protect this
Number
lead.
77, defense in the neutral zone, offside.
Mecklenburg eager to come in on that particular play. Dan Reeves on the sideline, angry. Boy, you don't want to make a mistake in that kind of critical situation. But this Denver defense traditionally makes so many big plays in critical conditions and down near their own goal line. These are the toughest yards in football right here.
Draw to Biner. Ernest Biner Fumble the ball, and Denver has recovered. Oh, my. Or have they? Let's wait for the official to unpile them.
There's a war going on under that stack.
There it is, Denver's ball at the 2-yard line. Biner had the 1st and goal and lost the ball.
Denver's defense, as I mentioned, so often in the past, coming up with the big play, with the turnover, stripping the ball. What a heartbreak for Biner, who had picked up the 1st down, who was ready to take it into the end zone. Oh. The air goes out of the Cleveland team, the Cleveland sideline.
And that tragic error by Ernest Biner, who had been instrumental in the Browns' amazing comeback, was virtually the end of Cleveland. He shouldn't shoulder all the blame, though, as it was a big play on defense by Jeremiah Castile. Denver ran the clock down to just 13 seconds, and then punter Mike Horan wasted 5 more precious ticks of the clock before running out of the back of the end zone to give Cleveland a safety and 2 points. That meant that Denver had to kick off to Cleveland, who took it on their 24, and they'll have time for just one more play with 76 yards between them and the championship.
3 wide receivers to the right.
Almost requires a pass and lateral.
Brennan, I think, caught the ball. No, he's out of bounds.
And Denver's Broncos will go to the Super Bowl for the 2nd year. Denver repeats as AFC champion, led by John Elway.
John, your 2nd consecutive appearance in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, we're excited about it. I think that, it was a big win for us today against a great football team. And, they gave us all we could handle. And, unfortunately, the clock ran out and we were ahead in the score. So we know we're excited about going back. And we know what it's like to lose one. So this time we want to go and try to win one.
You have butterflies in the 2nd half when Cleveland were coming back?
The whole 2nd half. I think that, as soon as we saw Bernie get hot and, he was just slicing up our defense, and, we couldn't stop him. And offensively, we knew that we were going to have to try to get some points on the board to keep ahead of him.
Is this a much better team than last year, this Denver team?
I thought it was, and then, we go into this game, and, we kind of laxed off a little bit the 2nd half offensively. We made mistakes, and defensively some mistakes. But, I think that hopefully we've saved our last game for our best one.
And John Elway, do you feel like you're a much better quarterback this year than last year?
Oh, yeah. I think that anytime you go through another year with experience and playing football games and just being around the system as well as your receivers and running backs, that you're going to feel more confident. So I'm definitely a better quarterback at this point now than I was last year.
Brilliant game, easily the best of the season, don't you think?
Yeah, and Elway seems a lot more confident and wiser now, having played in the Super Bowl last year when they got left for dead by the Giants.
Yeah, and Broncos now the AFC champions, which makes them the first team since 78-79 to go back to the Super Bowl.
Who was that? Who was that?
Steelers.
Oh, right. And the key play in the game had to be when Biner fumbled the ball. I mean, that could have taken the game into overtime.
Well, let's have a look at that again now.
Just as Ernest Biner is about to score the game-tying touchdown, number 28, Jeremiah Castile, not only reaches in and strips the ball, but also recovers the fumble that poor Ernest Biner will have to live with for the rest of his career.
So the Broncos will go on to meet Washington in the Super Bowl. Let's see how the Redskins got there with the highlights of the NFC Championship game.
There was still snow on the ground around RFK Stadium, but temperatures had risen to make it ideal conditions for football.